Hello students, I welcome class 12 students in this session. Today I am going to discuss chapter 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, the last topic, that is the structure of embryo, then seeds, fruits, and the special mechanism of reproduction. Now let us understand what are a dicot embryo and a monocot embryo. A typical dicot embryo has two parts. One is the two cotyledon and a cylindrical embryonal axis. In the embryonal axis, above the cotyledon, the structure is called epicotyle, and this is going to develop the plumule, which is the future shoot part. Below the cotyledon, the cylindrical part is the hypocotyle, and below the hypocotyle, the parts are radicle, which is protected by the root cap, and the radicle is supposed to give rise the future root system. Now the monocot embryo. Monocot embryo consists of only one cotyledon, and the cotyledon is situated on one side of the embryonal axis, and it is called scutellum. On the embryonal axis, there is a protective covering sheath, coleoptile, which protects the leaf primordia, which forms the plumule, and the lowermost part, it consists of coleorhiza, which protects the radicle and the root cap, which is supposed to give rise to the root system. Now let us discuss the seeds and its types. What are seeds? Seeds are the fertilized ovule, which is a product of the sexual reproduction in plants. There are two types of seeds: non-endospermic or non-albuminous, that is, the seeds which do not contain endosperm, or it is absorbed by the embryo. For example, pea, gram, groundnut, etc. Second type is endospermic seed or albuminous seeds. These seeds, they have endosperm, and the seeds are maize, wheat, rice, all monocot seeds. The structure of the seeds. If we see the structure of the seeds contains two layers. The outermost seed coat protective layer is called testa, and inner integuments of the seed is called tegmen. These two are the protective layer of the seeds. Inside these two layers, cotyledons are protected. In dicot seed, two cotyledons, and the embryo with plumule and radicle is protected. But in monocot seeds, the endosperm part is the largest part and the embryo is the smaller part. If we see the vertical section of a maize grain, we see that the outermost peppery cover is pericarp, largest part is the endosperm, scutellum with the coleoptile and coleorhiza. Now, the advantages of the seeds. As we know that the seeds are dry in nature and they can be protected for longer time and they can be stored throughout the year to overcome drought, natural calamities, and depending upon the maturity of the seeds or mobility of the seeds, these seeds they are utilized in raising crops in favorable conditions. Now let us understand what are fruits. You all know that the ovule forms the seeds and the ovary on maturation they develops into a fruit. The ovarian wall is of the fruit is called pericarp and the pericarp is they enclose endocarp and the mesocarp. So there are two kinds of fruits. First type of fruits is called true fruits. These fruits are developed only from the ovary. For example, pea, wheat, maize, gram, these seeds are the true fruits. But the fruit which are develops from ovary, but the edible part is thalamus or sometimes the inflorescence. So they are not the true fruit. They are the false fruit. For example, apple, banana, maize, etc. Now there are certain fruits which are formed without fertilization and they don't have seeds. These fruits are called parthenocarpic fruit. For example, banana. Sometimes banana, grapes and all can be grown with the help of inducing growth hormone artificially. So the parthenocarpic fruits are developed like that. Now if we see some special mode of reproduction, they are called apomixis and polyembryony. Now what is apomixis? Apomixis actually they are the phenomenon of asexual reproduction, but they imitates sexual reproduction by formation of seeds without fertilization. They are also known as agamospermy. Now how these seeds are developed? Apomictic seeds. These seeds are developed by the some cells of nucellus which are diploid and they start dividing without fertilization and develops into a embryo. So these seeds are apomictic seeds. You might have seen in oranges, lemon, there are many seeds. They develop in this way, certain mango also. Now the last topic of this chapter, polyembryony. Now what is polyembryony? Poly means many and embryony means formation of embryo. In this, many embryos in a seed are formed. For examples, orange, lemon. Now how these so many seeds are formed? Sometimes they developed from the cells of synergids in the embryo sac, cells of the nucellus, integument cells, and these cells, by the repeated mitotic division, they form many embryo in the embryo sac or ovule, and when they matures, they form many embryo. This is known as polyembryony. This is the end of the chapter. Thank you.